Welcome to the video. I'm going to teach you day trading strategies that are really powerful, that I like to use myself, and that really you can start using immediately. Tie it in with the current method that you're already using. Some extra little tips here though that might help you out. So this is one I really like. It uses Bollinger Bands. You can see the Bollinger Bands on here. And I just use very typical settings of 2 standard deviations and a length of 20. You can test other inputs if you'd like to. And here's one of the common misconceptions about Bollinger Bands. One of them is, for some reason, new traders think that the price moves between them. So it goes down to the bottom, and then it goes up to the top one, and down to the bottom one, and then to the top one. That it's supposed to hit the top and the bottom between every cycle. And that's really not true at all. Now, sometimes it will happen, but that's not really the idea of Bollinger Bands at all. So the idea here is that it measures volatility. And there's a cycle in the market between high volatility times and low volatility times. What do I mean by volatility? Volatility is when the market moves and makes a high and a low and a high and a low. It's that range. So we could say that's a high volatility market in comparison to a market that's just making short ranges between the highs and the lows. That would be a low volatility market. Now, these are non-trending volatility, high and low, but the market could be moving in a direction as well, as we have here. We have a trend. So one of the nice things about Bollinger Bands, by the way, I do recommend John Bollinger's book, Bollinger on Bollinger Bands. I've met him, nice guy, and it's a great book too. And he's, of course, the ultimate expert. I guess he's the one who invented these things, so he certainly knows a lot more about it than I do. But I can take this and I incorporate it into my own trading methodology. And so what I look for is a contraction of the Bollinger Bands, and this is called a Bollinger Band squeeze. Very common trading method. Certainly did not make this up myself. I got it from others. And you're looking for this, basically. The Bollinger Bands to move toward each other and to get very close to each other. See, here they're far apart. In here they're close together. So that indicates a low volatility cycle in the market. And what I like to do is then get in toward the end of that when volatility comes back in. Because I like to trade when there's a lot of movement in the market, where there's a lot of range, a lot of follow-through, because that determines my profits. So how do I do that? That's the big question. So I wait until we've got these contracting together. Then I wait for them to start moving apart. Okay, see how they're starting to move apart there? That's the first indication that, okay, we've got some increased volatility. Then I wait and I look for the last level, either the lower Bollinger Band or the upper Bollinger Band, for the market to touch. And then it comes back and does not touch the other band. Does not touch the other band. So what that says is now the directional bias is down, is bearish. And I've also got my trend indicator, which is confirming that as well, that this is down. But I don't want this to go up and hit the upper Bollinger Band in order for the bias to be down. We've got our cycle high here, so this is about timing. So that's the whole thing. We've got trend down. The volatility is stronger to the downside to the upside. See how this move lasts longer in duration, time, and price level than the retrace. That shows that there's more bearish energy than bullish energy. That's what you want. You want to trade in the direction of the dominant energy. And then timing. And this is our little timing indicator down here. And this gives us an indication that the time is ready to put in a high and go back down in the direction of the dominant energy of the market. By the way, if you're interested in this timing indicator, it's really amazing, and I'm happy to give it to you absolutely free. Just send me an email at barry@topdogtrading.com. I do live webinars where I give you the indicator. So on the webinar, I will give you the indicator. I will show you how to trade it, what signals are valid, what signals are not valid, and all of that. It takes about 30 minutes, and it's all for free. So just send me an email, and I'll let you know whenever you email me, since these videos are out there for a long time. I don't even know if I'll be offering it still when you happen to watch this video, but if I am offering it, I'll let you know when and where. Okay, so now that we've got the dominant energy to the downside, touches the lower band, moves back up, by the way, this black line, that's a 15 EMA. I look for that to hold. I don't use the actual middle Bollinger Band. I use the 15 EMA. And I want that to hold as resistance. And that shows, again, that if it can't get above that, that shows energy to the downside, weakness on the retrace. And we put all that together, and then we look for it to move back down, touch the lower Bollinger Band again. And there's our move down. Actually, it goes all the way down to here. That's your lowest low. And then, again, we got strength to the downside, and then weakness moving back up. It goes to the 15 EMA. Strength back to the downside. See how it actually will ride down the lower Bollinger Band? It doesn't even touch the upper one. That's what you want for directional movements. That's exactly what you want. Now, a 5-wave pattern is about average for trend. And these are not Elliott waves. These are my own wave counts. Here it goes down even further because it was so bearish. But we could, here again, comes back up to the 15 EMA, another cycle high pattern, and it gets back down there again. Now, here's where I would get out. So it goes back up. Now, notice on this one, it comes back down, but does not touch the lower Bollinger Band. We get a cycle low, and it does not touch the lower Bollinger Band. To me, that shows some weakness. And it is weakness. It's you still could have, well, we're close to the end of the trading day here. This is Pacific time. But for me, I'm not going to tempt fate. It does make a lower low, but for full disclosure and transparency, I'll just tell you, I would definitely get out there because that is, to me, in my mind, a signal of weakness is that it does not touch the lower Bollinger Band here. So it is, it turns out to be a temporary decrease. And you'll see here, too, we get a little bit of a Bollinger Band squeeze, if you will. I don't know if statistically it is, but the lines are pulling back together again. And hey, we never know for sure when the final low is going to be in a trend or the final high. Nobody has that kind of foresight. The point is, if you made some money, you're doing good. If you got in here and you got out here, you done good. Be happy, take your money, go home and celebrate. So that's the Bollinger Band technique. That's how I use it along with, can't use it in isolation, or at least I don't use it in isolation, but I use it with my trend indicator, cycle indicator, momentum, and the wave counting. So if you like this video and you're watching it on YouTube, go ahead and click the thumbs up icon below and leave a comment because that encourages me to create more free tutorials for you. Also, I'm giving away one of my favorite trade strategies called the rubber band trade, which has an extremely high win-loss ratio. It's a simple strategy. You can learn it in about 26 short minutes. Get that video explaining the trade strategy absolutely free by clicking on the image in the top left corner, or if you're on a mobile device, click on the little eye with a circle around it in the top right corner of the video. And if you're not watching this on YouTube, well, then there's probably a link around this video somewhere, or maybe an opt-in form on the side, and you can use those to go ahead and request the free videos. Once you do that, I'll personally email that video to you along with my trade setup called the rubber band trade.